Live. All right, We Trade HQ fam, Cash here. I got Don Fran from the Don Fran Show. Facebook was an absolute monster. We were actually just talking about it right before recording, but just another one with all-time highs. So I wanted to bring Don here to talk about this trending ticker. Don, talk to us about the move that Facebook made and what you expect from it moving forward.
Well, really what I liked about it was, and what we were watching, everyone with me, we were watching this top zone right here. We kind of knew there were some sellers right here. We were watching it. So as soon as we saw it actually gap up, come back down, just to kind of confirm this area from the top, that's where we kind of had the idea that no more sellers were in play. Aside from the tech and everything just being a rocking day, everything going with the trend, I'm not sure there's any news that came out to cause this catalyst. But we saw it rocking and pushing up. In fact, if we check it out on the hourly, there was one more spot right here. When something pushes up and instantly comes back down, like you saw on a higher time frame, it's just a wick. Had we just start those candle times at a different time, it'd be a wick anyway. But we wanted to keep an eye out because whatever the story was, there were sellers here. And you can kind of see they were still right here. We were kind of watching this area. The trend still stayed alive, still rocking and rolling. We finally saw some sellers at the end of the day, maybe some end of day profit taking. But when things hit all-time highs like this, it gets a little bit trickier to trade. At that point, you're no longer, how do I put this? You're still looking for zones. They're going to base out. They're going to form those zones. That's what you're watching for. But if you want to trade it right now, you're probably going something like an hourly trend. Like you want to keep the hourly trend, so you're going to trade that. So it makes the entries a little bit trickier. But as long as these candles keep going, you wouldn't tag out because the hourly stayed alive. But when you see something based like this, you got to take it with a grain of salt because of after hours. You can see right here, the sellers did show up, drove it all the way down here, got bought right back up. So we know there's that mesh between buyers and sellers right now. So we'll want to see that carried forward into tomorrow. Again, tomorrow's just a rocking day, maybe some morning volatility. It gaps up. We'll look for a pullback, just like we did today, like gaps up, pulls back. Look for an entry as we test this from the top. Or, we get the sell-off, we see the turnaround, might be somewhere in the middle. I doubt it just gives it all back. I'm thinking tomorrow's probably still pretty bullish. We're still rocking and rolling. So a base, a continuation, like a base, I would still go bullish and keep my stop underneath the wicks for that continuation up, or gap up, come back down, retest it, and grab it there.
So my dumb ass got out of it yesterday. But if I wanted to get back in for tomorrow, would I just keep an eye on this purple zone you have right here?
I would. The tricky part is going to be morning and that morning volatility where things are just running and jumping everywhere. Who's got their coffee, who doesn't. Like the first 30 minutes might throw off some spikes, try to throw you off. But after that, you'll probably see that trend start to pick up. So I'm still expecting a bullish day tomorrow. I think the question is, do we come back down? Do we, maybe we gap down and come back up into this and then base out? We're going to see some interaction. I mean, for me to take that trade, I'd probably structure it around this area, whether it gaps down, comes up, kind of goes sideways, hesitates. You might have to jump down into like a 15-minute time frame. But you'll see it kind of dance around inside here, forming that intraday base. Then you can get in, put your stop outside, and trade that trend. So, yeah, and the other scenario, again, gaps up, comes back down, retests this area, then takes off. Basically, I wouldn't buy until it was here.
Okay.
Right? So if it gaps down, wait for the turnaround because you don't know if it's going to completely come down. There's nothing really in the way for it to, to even if it based out here, it would need to form something new to turn around zone to zone like that.
Okay,
so
great.
You still want to wait for the structure.
Well, Facebook has been a monster, and it's been lost in the Apple and Tesla split talk, but it has been awesome. You're talking about CRM in your video today, so I'll link the video to CRM, another monster, crushed earnings, 52-week highs, and you're going to talk about sort of how you chart out 52-week highs. Is that right?
Yes, and actually how I'm probably going to play CRM tomorrow. It's
tomorrow.
it's rocking. I wanted to grab it today. I really did, but I didn't want to gamble earnings, and then that only pissed me off. I'll use your terms. Watching earnings and watch what it did at earnings. Man, talk about FOMO. So I do want to play it tomorrow. I'm going to look for, and that's what I'm talking about, the structure on how I can get in CRM tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, man. And everybody watching, check out Don at the Don Franz Show. He goes live every Wednesday and Sunday. And you can also join his mentorship, which he goes live every evening. So check him out. He's here every Tuesday at WeTradeHQ.com. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.